right now we're going to get into some chord progression stuff, and I'm going to take you through some of my favorite changes, minor, major, diminished, what I like to play. The first song I'm going to show you is a song I wrote called Sea of Blues. And I actually co-wrote this with my partner, Ozzy Allers, and he brought in some piano movements, and I translate them to guitar. And I love, you know, it's just one of my favorite keys is B minor. It's just got just a great sound to it. And I utilized some of my favorite chords and changes in this particular song. I played a little bit of it for you there. This song starts out in B minor, and what's interesting about it, I think, is the types of changes we go to. The verse is just a B minor, and then it goes to E minor, but I do some, and then it goes to A, the sus, and back to B minor. So what I'm going to show you here is how I like to embellish these chords and what I like to do with them. First of all, in B minor, you have a lot of strings you can, open strings you can incorporate. And when you go to your E minor, if you include an F sharp on the D string and slide up to it, it sounds like this. Or you can hit it. Now that chord is, on its own, it's kind of got a mystical quality, right? And that's just a low E, a B, an F sharp, a G, a B, and an E. But depending on how you use it, if you slide up to it, it leads into an A. In this case, an A sus. See how I'm utilizing my open E string here. Of course, another famous B minor is the one with a nice. And then, so in this song, the verse changes are B minor to E minor to A sus, A to B minor. And the bridge goes to D, A major. Now here's an interesting change. E minor, B minor, A. That change works really well because it sets up the chorus. And the chorus is B minor, G major 7th to E minor. And then back to your A sus to B minor. G major 7th, E minor, A. That's the changes to Sea of Blues, and when you weave them all together, I'm going to play the whole piece for you here, not the whole song, but a good part of it. And when I do, I'm going to do a little picking thing that shows you where the B minor and the G major 7th and the E minor 7th and the A, how they weave together and how they cause tension and then they release, okay? And that's important if you're a songwriter. You know, you've got a verse feel that kind of empties out. You've got a bridge that is exactly what it says it is. It bridges you from the verse to the chorus. So the bridge is what takes you from your verse where you're telling your story, and then it somehow either lyrically and or musically takes you to the chorus, which should open up. In this case, it sounds like this. that's called Sea of Blues. I just want to talk a little bit about where we went on that song, a little journey there. Again, it's in a minor key, so it has a whole different feel than where we've been so far. But when you're working on a B minor or any minor, you have to kind of release to a major key at one point to make the song interesting. So in this case, you know, our verse is in B minor to E minor to A to B. Okay, now when I went into the chorus, I did a little picking pattern that's kind of cool. The chorus is B minor to G major 7th. You can use that bass note if you want. To E minor to A to B minor. What I did is I do a little thing on the solo where I go. So it's kind of a song within a song, if you will. So what that is you're basically in your B minor position here, finger picking. Moving my first finger from the F sharp to the E. You can do that in any minor chord. And then I'm going to, so I'm reiterating the theme there. See, I'm keeping that common note. Time. Okay. Now this chord here, it's kind of an Alfred Hitchcock chord. Sounds like a harp. That chord a lot. The guy in The Police uses that one a lot, and that I'm sure you've heard plenty of that. But using that, well, we got a B, an F sharp, and a B. No, B and F sharp and a C sharp. So that kind of adds a mystical quality to the song. Now, in terms of the actual lead playing on this, I play this actually on electric, and I use my finger style, and I do stuff like this. And we'll get more into that in my electric piece, but it's almost a flamingo style. I like to jump up with notes. It's kind of expressive. So in a song like this, it works really well to either do finger picking or to, if you're a hybrid picker, you can snap with your pick and your fingers, but all that's in B minor. All that two-string stuff. So kind of that gypsy guitar thing, right? And then the finger picking thing, you can do the you can alternate with your bass fingers, or you can walk. Harp sound. It's a lot of sound. You're gonna get E minor, same thing. F sharp minor, E minor. So that's basically some of my favorite chords, how they fit together, and then if you want to simplify that in a simple blues progression, you could just go B minor, E minor, F sharp, minor or major to B minor. I'm I'm always looking for more interesting ways to do a blues because, you know, I love the blues, but we were talking about 1-4-5, you know, that gets old after a while. So you want some passing chords, you want some minor. Another thing I like to do is go in a little bit closer on my right hand, what I was doing with the B minor stuff. Okay, so basically my thumb and my fingers are working overtime here. So I'm going to give you just a breakdown with my right hand of how I'm fingering this stuff. So I'm playing like this. So I've got a dead thumb going here, right? See that? So I'm going to slow that down once. What's cool is this is the very fit picking pattern we were working on earlier, okay? But it's a little more of a complex setting because we're in a minor key and there's some open strings, walk downs and stuff. So I'm going to show you from the, so it's just down, down, up, down, same pattern we had in the very beginning. But if you, I'm going a little bit faster, so now I'm going to start walking down. I'm also going to get my third finger involved here. It's getting a little bit complex, but this finger here I'm going to get involved on the high E. So now I'm going to go to E minor. To F sharp, E, back to the B. So that's basically a counter melody going on in B minor. And you can do that, you know, in any key. B minor lends itself to this kind of thing because you get the walk down. So it's a really nice way to do that. As long as we're in B minor, I want to continue and show you another one of my favorite progressions. I like a sharp 5 minor progression a lot. I'm sort of partial to those. So if you're in B minor, your sharp 5 would be your G chord, of course, and then your 5 is your F sharp. In the key of B minor, if you're doing a regular, it's not really a regular blues, but kind of a moody minor piece. I like. So you got your G root there, which is a sharp 5. Then you got your F on your D string, and then you got your B on your G string, and you got your high E on your B string. So what I like about this change, you go to an F sharp 7th, and you still have a common note. So the voicing sounds like this. Down to a 4, to 5, and then sharp 5, 5, back to your root. This particular set of changes is really fun to solo over, because you can can stay right in B minor. You can just stay there. There's different ways that you can do some really expressive licks around B minor. And again, if you're wanting to do a diminished lick before you get to your B minor, it's kind of. Right now I'm going to tell you about something that's very close to my heart. I did some travels in Latin America and I really got bit by the bug of Latin music. And it's added so much color to my playing, I think. And I want to share that with you right now. So right now I'm going to give